Quick reminder, in this tutorial, we'll be using a very sharp X-Acto knife and a hot glue gun, so please handle with care. The PDF companion downloads aren't available yet. They'll be added later in the series for a tiny contribution. But for now, enjoy this free tutorial and follow along step by step. Let's keep going. Let's give this guy a butt. You should have this butt template in your downloads. Just an update, your version is going to be looking like this. The version moving forward is going to look slightly different. Difference is the bottom. Yours should look a little bit more spread out, but the concept's going to be the same moving forward in terms of cutting and gluing and applying it until we get to this part. It should look like this funky looking standing dinosaur of some kind, I don't know. Whatever gets you through the day, that's what it's going to look like. Let's go ahead and take our handy grocery bag paper stock. By the way, this is about measuring about 3.5 inches this way and 5 inches going this way, and I measured that off camera. We fold it straight down the middle. So we have a centerfold. Take our template here, and obviously, again, arrow pointing to the centerfold. Rest that right onto the centerfold. We are going to do a fold trace and a fold cut. It's like always, taking our, well, you know, this time we're going to take our lead pencil, okay? We've been using our uniball signal, but why not use our, oh, I made a mark right there. Use our lead pencil because it's a little bit more discreet in terms of visual. A lot of you might want to be using a lead pencil to do your dick traces. And we've got this little divot right here. And yeah, this should be a pretty quick trace right along the watchtower. It should look like that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cut it out. Alright, it's real simple. All we're going to do is just cut this out along all the lines here. We're doing a fold cut now. That's what this is called. This is a fold cut. And we're doing 2 for the price of 1. Alright. And this one's just a 1 cut right here. Let's get this little Pac-Man mouth right there. This tiny little cutout is a cutout. Go ahead and cut this along this tiny little fold right here. We have all of our 1 cuts, our cutouts, markers. This is a fold line right here. This right here. Okay, and speaking of fold line, this fold line right here, we're gonna fold this back over and concentrate on our fold lines. Right where we stopped drawing it right there, where it's actually cut out, is where we can fold our fold lines. It's going to be a tiny pinch fold just like this, and this mountain peak right here meets this same end point right here. We can just fold it on over like this and follow that natural fold line, and we're doing 2 for the price of 1. Can we see that? It looks like a little bit of a little pizza slice, okay? And we did 2 for the price of 1. Check that out. We're just going to do the opposite, or negative space, and it should actually fold inward like this, kind of like that, okay? This is where the vertebrae hole is going to be, right on top, and this will all make sense once we get it going. Go ahead and put this back in our handy little taint jar. Bring back our, you guessed it, parchment paper and our melamine. So we need to color this the jeans color. Jeans. And I might fast forward this. My chosen denim color. You might be choosing paint, different other coloring utensils. I figured that a coloring pencil of this color looks really good, especially on this grocery bag paper stock. Yeah, let me go ahead and piranha sharpener. I bought this from the Family Dollar Tree for $1. Alrighty, if anything, the most important parts of the coloring is pretty much this middle section right here, because all of this stuff is going to be glued in as tabs. If you wanted to concentrate more on coloring it, it's going to be this area that I'm coloring right now. And I think that looks good. You know, I like a little bit of the brown that's coming out. And we can actually add a little bit more darker places in certain parts, just adding a little bit more shadow. And let's start actually concentrating on attaching this thing. Before we do, we got a few things that we need to think about. All these tabs are going to be glued kind of on each other and stuff like that, so we're going to want to go ahead and hot glue paper mache a lot of these tabs. By that, I mean, see what I'm doing with the nozzle and my glue gun? Adding hot glue onto these tabs right here, and essentially turning it into paper leather. My version of hot glue paper mache, as you can see, it has this plasticky film on it. That's going to strengthen this up, and these tabs, once they're glued onto the body and all the appendages and stuff like that. We're just strengthening up these tabs right here, and that's all I'm doing. Spreading it on like peanut butter. And see how I'm just putting it on the parchment paper? This parchment paper is magic, okay? To reiterate, your version is going to look more like this. This is the newer version. The middle part's going to be more closer together. And I was flipping it over, but you can also just flip the parchment paper over like this. You'll see me do that a lot, just those 4 tabs. We're gonna go ahead and start with a tiny little piece right here. This little hippo foot and this little triangle piece, there's 2 little V's right here. This is a V right here, and there's a little V right here. These 2 V's are gonna go ahead and scissor each other. It's a family show, all jokes aside. And now that we've got that locked up like that, we're gonna flip it on over. See where the V kind of disappeared on in here? Flip that up right here, right? Can we see that V? See that little triangle? Flip that up and put a little tiny dollop of glue right on top. See what I'm doing? It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but I'm going to put a little dollop of glue right on here. Barely a squeeze. It's like a pin drop of glue. I'm going to push that down with a parchment paper like that. I'm going to lock that on in. Check that out. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and fold and mold and put a little curve in there. What we did was we added a little bit of a curve right there. That's the start of our butt. We're going to do this same side. The 2 V's are going to match and lock up and scissor. I'm going to go ahead and take this V, peel it on back, a tiny pin drop of glue right on top of that V, push this down. While it's drying, I'm going to push on it and use our thumbs to kind of curve it out. This butt's going to start to get curvy, everybody, and that's what we want. Okay, now talk about this little dinosaur hoof right here. This is going to fold up to this edge arch right here. I'm going to try to do it slowly, but it's going to go like this and match up right along this arch. Okay, so can we see this? Sorry, this is kind of difficult. It's going to curve up and meet this little line right here. Right? This little corner is going to meet that corner right on top of this line, and we're going to go ahead and glue it. Going to bring this back. Bring this tab back right here, add a tiny pin drop of glue right here. We're going to close that off. Use that parchment paper again. And while we're doing that, you see this sharp point right here? And we're going to put some curve into this, okay? We're going to use our fingers and roll it on the table. See how my middle finger is right in this little hole right there? It's a family show, everybody. Yeah, we're going to just curve this out using our fingers to curve it on out. The same thing on this side. If it helps, go ahead and fold this tab up. Loosely fold this tab and meet this corner to corner right about there. If you can see, this line's going to actually match this arrow right here. An invisible straight line right to this arrow. That's where we want to glue it. This line right here should meet adjacent to this line right here. If we're satisfied with that, we're going to go ahead and peel that back. Put a tiny pin drop of glue right there. And we're going to seal the deal. We see this sharp mountain peak right there. Go ahead and push our middle finger onto that mountain peak down and curve that out. That's going to be part of the butt right there. So now it should look like this, right? On both sides. It's looking pretty good. Push this middle fold in like this. Can we see what's happening? And flip this on over. We do have a big ass butt crack right here. We want to concentrate on the inner cavity of this butt, make this butt shine and make it really curvy. Bring in our newspaper coupons. Thank you, U.S. government, for providing us with all these savings and all these treats. Also allowing us to use it for our arts and crafts. As you can tell, I already cut up little pieces of this stuff. Save your junk mail, everybody. Man, all for free. Thank you, USPS. Anyway, let's start off little rectangle pieces, right? Squares, rectangles, whatever. Let's go ahead and take one of our pieces. Put a strip of glue right here. Fold slap that down. Put another strip of glue right here. Fold slap that down. So we're making tiny little rectangle squares. Do one more. Why? I'll tell you why. Put some curve into it just like this. And we're going to take one side, paint on just like peanut butter, but it's hot glue. Commitment juice, just like this. And shove that right down in the middle of the inside cavity of the butt. Check that out. We're going to flip this on over. This is where all the curves and dimensions is going to come from, because we are actually going to curve this butt out using our fingers, table, whatever we need, pushing that glue right on into all those crevices, making this butt hard as a rock. Going to the gym every single day says, I'm going to work on my squats every single day. I don't care if there's no rest days. See this tab right here? Put a dollop of glue, half trigger pump of glue right underneath, and we're going to fold slap that down and bond that on in there. Smash that down like crazy. Let's go ahead and concentrate on this butt right here. In there, we're going to thumb weld it in there. We're using these as tiny little thumb welders, and we are actually hot glue paper macheing this butt, and we're creating nice curves to this butt. Folding and molding. See what I mean? Like my middle fingers are in there, and I'm folding and molding just like this. Like this, okay? Folding and molding. That butt's becoming really nice and curvy. Okay, what we can do is put a little bit of a pinch fold into it so it actually creates a little bit of a butt crack when we turn it on over. We want that crack to kind of shine through, so when we actually attach it, it's going to make something that looks like that. That's feeling pretty good. We can actually dry fit it onto here. Dry fitting it onto this action figure with the red color just so that I can demonstrate and show you the actual difference between these two tail tags right here. And just kind of making sure that it looks good. The butt looks nice and curved and we got a butt crack, and these two little tail tags are exactly where they need to be for now until we start to glue it. I already added this on to the Kenyoshi one, so I will actually show you on this one here because I'm actually currently doing another action figure. So yours is obviously going to be colored this denim cover, so I'm going to be doing the back buckets later. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Flipping it over, of course, we have a loose crack here. I already did fold over, bend right here in the middle, and bring back our parchment paper onto the seam. Put a little bit of glue right onto this crack. I'm going to roll this over and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. Allow that to attach on the inside. I'm going to grab my parchment paper and really pinch it in the middle, allowing that latch onto that crease so that we have a little bit more of a butt crack in the back here. Grab our action figure, and of course the butt's facing the camera here. Rest it on here. That should actually fit pretty nicely. These two top flaps we're going to flap down. Part of the design right here, this is going to hug and fit around the wire joint right here. These back flaps are going to flap up like this on our design, and what I'm talking about is this whole part right here. Once we look and dry fit and everything looks good, lift these flaps up and commit to applying glue. There's a half trigger pump of glue. I'm going to lay this flap down, making sure that this little pointer is grabbing around the vertebrae wire joint. Same thing with this flap right here. Lift this up. Put a half trigger pump of glue. I'm going to go ahead and rest this right next to the same one adjacent to it. Now that we've done that, these side flaps right here are going to flap right down onto the sides just like this, pushing onto the flap that's going up towards the sky. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue right underneath here. And I'm going to flap this one down, just pushing into the sides like this. Same thing on this side. I'm going to put some glue right onto the side flap right here. Side flap and the side, and I'm going to go ahead and flap this down like this, like that. And these two should be gripping the sides, but we're only dry fitting this right now. We're going to take care of these two side flaps in a little bit. Flip this on over, concentrate on the back here. We're going to flip this hood up. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of melamine, a 1 by 1 inch square of melamine. Take it, fold it in half. We're going to pinch the middle, put some glue, right? Put some glue on the sides. While we're pinching it horizontally across the butt, we're going to lay it down and let that catch on, and we're putting a little fold with the melamine just like this. This allows a little bit of grippage padding so that the glue will grip onto the butt when we put the butt hood down. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue all onto this melamine, being very generous, and all up in here as well. And I'm going to go ahead and flap this hood down, really let that catch on. While that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and push in the middle and just really pay attention on making sure that the butt is aligned and it looks good. Pushing everything together, just folding and molding. I'm going to flip this over and making sure that these side tabs are nice and even. Okay, and then these side tabs we can go ahead and pay attention to. But first, add some glue right onto the side here. These back hip flaps, go ahead and add some glue. I'm going to do one full trigger pump, and I'm going to close it off, pinch it. There's going to be a little bit of well out. Pinch it, but make sure that we're still adding some curvature to the back flaps. I'm going to do this side as well. Okay. See this little hole back there? We can actually add 2 trigger pumps of glue right back there. It's going to well out, but that's okay. Go ahead and push on the back side here. It's really going to settle in to the back. We can take our melamine and push on the back there as it wells out, folding and molding this back waist collar right here. Everything's looking good so far, and we're going to go ahead and bring these hip covers forward and really commit to locking these down. Go ahead and put some glue right on these hip covers right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull with all my might this hip cover right here. Don't forget our glorious parchment paper. I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. Just go ahead and add some glue. And really just use all of our fingers and all our might and just bring this back on over and really commit to that front part of the waist near the crotch. Go ahead and open up these legs and concentrate on these bottom taint tabs right here. Let's clean up our desk a little bit and just commit to bringing these tabs in. Basically, just finish it off. Add some glue onto these inner taint tabs. Flap it on down like that. Same thing with this. And there, it's looking good. And actually bring in our marker and just kind of clean things up if we want. But yeah, we've got this back waist bill right here, looking good. All we need to do is pay attention to the front and we're good to go. Let's keep moving. Let's go ahead and make a front crotch for this guy. You should have a piece that looks like this. It might be labeled crotch or maybe even taint, but take your piece here, take about a 2.5 by 2.5 or 3 by 3 piece of grocery bag paper stock, fold it in half, place it onto the centerfold, and trace it out. Don't forget these tiny little markers down here, because this is actually going to be a fold right here. And we're going to go ahead and cut it out. Fold cut it, because we just fold traced it. And let's open this up like this. Go ahead and color it. Bring back our jeans color back onto the scene, okay? And all we're doing is just coloring it like this. Okay, let's go ahead and pay attention to these little markers right down here. Let's go ahead and fold it back up. From that marker to this marker, we're just going to put a pizza pie fold, just like that, a pizza pie fold. And we're going to go ahead and do a reverse style on this side, because we are actually folding it in like this, making a little bit of a crotch, a bulge. So we're going to go ahead and just add a little bit of glue right on the inside fold, just like this. Closing it up. And a little bit on the outside. It's going to be a little bit hard with the nozzle, but you can get it. Just wisp it away and close that on up, because we're just adding a little bit of a curve onto that. And these little ears, they look like little vampire ears. This corner is going to meet to this corner on a fold. And it should fold under just like that, because these are going to mimic pockets, side pockets. So it should fold right under just like that. And if you have a little sticking up, that's okay, just go ahead and chop it off. And this is going to go right on top. We're going to be putting a fly on later, and this of course here is going to be covered up with a belt. It's going to go right along the crotch here. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and strengthen up this. Bring our newspaper coupon back onto the seam. Just take a little tiny piece like this, douse it on one side, and we're going to shove it right crevice on the inside of this crotch. Just kind of bulging it out, strengthening it up, folding and molding, getting our fingernails right on into that, and we'll go ahead and tear that away. And we can think about actually adding this on. I'm just folding and molding right now. And we can actually add a little bit to the top here, just to add a little bit more strength. And I'm going to actually flatten that out a little bit, just so that it won't be that difficult to add the fly on. And of course the pockets here, we can add a little bit more curve and dimension under these folds here. And if you want, you can actually take some of your Cat 5 cable and add a little bit underneath there as well. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that, so I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. If you don't want to add the Cat 5 cable, it's okay. It's just an option. I'm just showing you this on camera just so you can understand your options here. My wire nipper's broke, so I have to use my handy scissors. I ordered some on Amazon, so they're coming. Let's do this side here. We can just add this. Putting some glue right here on the crotch, right there on the crotch, right here on the inside of this, and right here on the top. Measure it to go right along this waistline seam. Push it on down. Put some glue under here. Yeah. Glue under this pocket as well. And we can formulate the pocket to go right along with the leg. Pushing down on the crotch, let's turn this over and just make sure that we have a little bit of glue on this crotch. This is basically the taint area. parchment paper back on the seam. Right here we can add some pocket stitching just to kind of add a little bit more of the jeans effect here. There we go, and we'll add the fly later. Let's clean up a little bit here, and it's looking good here. So I already added the fly, so in the segment moving forward, it's going to be a different version because you're actually going to see a front belt. Even this top part of the abs won't probably be on your action figure yet. Don't worry about this. Adding the fly is going to be the same concept in this next segment of this video moving forward. Right now this looks kind of weird. Looks like denim sweatpants. Do we need to add a fly on here? Take any random piece of grocery bag paper stock, right? That's all we need. We're going to fold this in half, right? We're going to bring this back onto the scene. We're going to bring the melamine back onto the scene. All we're going to do is just really quickly color it our jeans color. And we're going to take this off the screen now. Fold it right back in the middle again. And then we're going to fold it about a 1/16 of an inch. Just eyeball it. It's going to be that much, everybody. Anyway, it looks like that. This little piece right there is what we want. All we're going to do is just cut this. We're going to open this up, and right in the middle, we're going to put a little bit of glue, right? And we're going to slam that down, just like that. We're going to do the same thing, just smearing it on with our nozzle of our hot glue. We're going to close that off, like that. Now we're going to cut this right along this seam here, like that. And right at the bottom here, we are going to put a little bit of a curve up, just like this. Alrighty, so it should look like that. Got a little bit of a fly right there. Take our Uniball Signo and draw little tiny bits of stitching on here. I drew some stitching on there. The fold that I made, I can see the fold. It's like right in the middle. So all I'm going to do is just add this on here. There we go, everybody. We just added the fly. Superfly Snooker. Now it makes it look like jeans. That's looking pretty fresh. Okay, let's stop with the jokes. Alright, let's make a back pocket for this guy. He needs a place where he can put his hands in the winter when it gets cold outside. Or his wallet, your choice. Take a piece of grocery bag paper stock. You can see this one's used. I wanted to show you this so that you can use whatever piece you have available. As you can tell, I already made some examples here. You should have a template that looks like this. B for back and then P for pocket. Okay, anyway, should be this size. You're going to fold it in half and then you're going to fold it in half this way. Okay, that simple. Right on the top part of the pocket, we're going to go ahead and put it right in the corner, right here, right in this corner. Fold it on over, just like that. Taking our Uniball Signo. And it's that simple. Let's cut this out. Now we made a back pocket that actually flaps up like this. And the reason why we made it flap up, make it a little bit more three-dimensional. We're going to do another one. Pick any place on the board that has a fold. Check it out. It's that simple. We're making what we call a snowflake fold. We're going to do the same thing right here, right in the corner. Booyah, booyah tribe. Alright? It's that simple, everybody. And we've got two pockets, everybody. Bring back our coloring mat. Let's go ahead and clear our table a little bit and bring back our coloring melamine mat. Our infamous jeans coloring pencil. And then, yeah. Piranha pencil sharpener. I also bought this from the Family Dollar Tree store. Actually, I bought this from the 99-cent store when it was the 99-cent store. Oops. And that can tend to happen. That's okay. I'm just going to continue going on. You get what you pay for, basically. $1.25 coloring pencils. And now we've got these pockets here. Bring our Uniball Signo back in here, and we are going to make some stitches all along this outside edge. Just doing some artwork. That's all we're doing. And we're just making little tiny stitch marks here. Seriously, this is going to be really easy. Unfold it and just kind of guesstimate where you want this pocket to go. And just plant that seed. Check that out. We did the first pocket, now we're going to just line it up with the first pocket. That's all we're going to do here, everybody. And this time, we should put the glue right on top of this back piece. Pin drop of glue, not much. Just eyeball it with this other pocket. While it's drying, we're just eyeballing it, making sure it's in the right place, and we're bonding it down to Chinatown. Alright, now we've got two back pockets here. Now we can just go ahead and finish it off by adding glue right on in here and just spreading it like peanut butter. We're going to do the same thing with this. That's simple, everybody. And close that pocket hood. We got some pockets going on. And that's what we want. We want some back pockets.